Okay, here we go. Dranzer GT unboxing time. Here is the Takara Tomy box, the Takara Tomy version. And yeah, thought what a great way to kick off the channel with such a rare item here. It's essentially sealed. The box is in battered condition, so this has come slightly undone, but overall this is considered new in box, sealed. So excited to unbox this today. Just for comparison's sake, I'd actually already have this Beyblade. This is one of my favorite Kai Dranzers. In fact, it is my favorite Kai Dranzer. This is the Hasbro Dranzer GT that I already have here. And just for comparative sakes, here is the English version, the Hasbro G Revolution version. I will say, overall, I do prefer Takara Tomy boxes and packaging compared to what we get in the West, but when it comes to engine gear, G Revolution, definitely think Hasbro aced it on this occasion. Just the sort of 3D element of the box, the colors, the way it pops out, the G Revolution logo, all of this, it just makes it look, I don't know, I prefer it. As you can see, you've got both of the same Kai artworks on there, on both boxes. But yeah, as mentioned, I already do have a Dranzer GT. This is fresh, this is recently built, hasn't been spun. However, unfortunately, out of the box, the engine gear did not work. So I'll just show this in front of you. Actually, I've got to unclip it, don't I? Anyway, just trust me, this did not work outside the box. It's very common. The engine gear sort of components are very fragile. So yeah, it's quite common for people to receive engine gear Beyblade straight out the box. Well, especially in this case, 20 plus years being unboxed. You never know, it could have rattled around, could have, just moved around in the box, and yeah, it didn't work. But even back in the day, I remember friends of mine opening their box and the engine gear just did not work. So in this case, we've got a really fresh Dranzer GT, and the engine gear just doesn't wind up. There's probably a coil or spring in there that's just been warped or misshapen. Anyway, at least I have a second chance. Here is Dranzer GT Takara Tomy, new in box. As I mentioned, one of my favorite Kai Beyblades ever. I had to own it twice. This one's the Takara Tomy version. And just like Dranzer V2, this Beyblade looks super beefy and menacing. It utilizes, and I'll get into that later, but it utilizes the Type 6 hit reverse engine gear system, which essentially makes the Beyblade spin in the opposite direction. One of the few, if not the only, engine gear Beyblade to do this. Proper, it's really cool in concept. However, while this is really cool, especially in the anime, you see Kai doing the sort of, what is it called again? The Blazing Gigs Reverse Turbo, whatever it's called. He just launches this amazing attack against Tyson, and while it's amazing in the anime, in real life, this is pretty useless, because the fact that the Beyblade spins in reverse means that Dranzer GT goes from spinning clockwise to anti-clockwise, which loses vital spin velocity. So not the best in practice, but as a concept, I love what they were thinking about. I still think it's really innovative. So anyway, let's crack this bad boy open. Let me just make sure that this is properly done, because I still want to, even though this box has seen better days, I still want to preserve it. Yeah, that's already undone, so I think we're good. Right, let's go. This is history right now that we're unboxing. So first things first, we've got the launcher, bright yellow one here. We'll put that to the side, we don't need that right now. And let's pull everything out. So we've got all the parts. This is the engine gear component that's so easily broken, which I'm going to be really hoping that it works today. And thank God we have the sticker sheets. And that's going to be a process in itself, trying to get the stickers on. It always is if you look at any Beyblade unboxing, but yeah, look at that, it's beautiful. It comes with a Dranzer G sticker as well, which I've always liked. Or I should say, yeah, Dranzer G's here, Dranzer GT's there. So there's the stickers. We've got nothing else inside, I don't believe. No, we don't. Okay, so let's put this to one side and let's begin. Let's crack things open. Let's see if I can do this smoothly. I'm not an unboxing pro by any stretch of the imagination. So let us begin. Right now we're undoing the parts. So let's do that. Okay, let's put the stickers to one side for now. So we've got the ripcord, which we don't need right now, and here are the parts. Okay, so there's the attack ring, the beautiful beefy attack ring. This is the engine gear, which I really need to be careful about because this is the bit that I really want. Here is the blade base. I'm going to be looking for differences between the Takara Tomy version and the Hasbro version. So this was taking way too long. Okay, cool. There we go. Cool. Play base. Springs are intact. Cool. Right, let's put this to one side. Right. I should remember how to build this, but just in case, I'm going to get the instructions out. I need to open the stickers anyway, so let's do that. Okay, so here's the sort of the blade base tip. This is where it spins on, so we'll keep that to the side. And here are the stickers and the instructions. So let's go for this. Alright. I could just open my English version and just look at the English instructions, but I don't think there's any need. Right, so first it's making me do the stickers first, but I think I'm going to want to build it first. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'll do the stickers last. So, okay, so firstly we're going to have to crack out our parts. So we've got the 2 bit chips here. I never know which one to actually use for the main bit chip, but yeah, you can tell me if you know otherwise. I swear one of them has Japanese writing and the other doesn't, but in this case I think both are the same. So yeah, I know some people like to neatly do this with scissors, but I've just always just pushed them out with my fingers. That's what I've always done, but then that's what happens. So I guess I can just go with this one. But anyway, put that to the side. We've got the weight disc here, so let's do that. Here's the weight disc. And then we have the engine gear winder, which I showed you earlier. I've got one already. But anyway, let's not waste time. So let's take this one out gently. If we can. There we go. Cool. So this part is now useless. Yep, we'll put that to the side. Cool, that's all our parts. So let's begin. First thing we've got to do is get our engine gear and get the blade base tip. I don't know the official names, but I think that's what it is. And what we're going to do is simply just okay, so that's locked in. And I think before I try anything, yes, I think it works. I think it does work. The other one didn't even do this, so this is already good news. Can I just do that, or do I have to do it all the way? Beautiful, that works. Okay, so the next thing we do is we get our blade base, and from what I remember, and I've got the instructions right here, but we simply just have to put these out like that. There you go. Cool. So we've got those coming out. That's the blade base. And I think from here, do we have to take the clips out? It says you do, but I don't think you have to. I think we can just put this in, right? Okay, so I'm just looking at the instructions right now, I'm not going to lie. So that's going to go in place while this is out. Yeah, that has to go in place. Okay, so there you go. It's gone in nicely. Okay, so next we are going to put this back in. It will go back in. There we go. Amazing. And then the weight disc on top, of course. There's the weight disc. Then we get our attack ring and we get our bit chip. I'm going to use this one because there's less spikes coming out of it. So let's do that. And we're just going to put that in nicely like this. It's a lot harder recording and doing this at the same time, I've got to say. Cool, that's in. And then of course you just have to beautiful Dranzer GT without the stickers. So let's go ahead and put the stickers on. Put this to the side. Let's get the sticker sheet. Okay, so for stickers, it's always tricky putting stickers on. I hate putting these on. My nails are short, but they're long enough to maybe use those, but I don't want to use my nails. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some tweezers that I've bought, and these aren't professional sticker tweezers or anything like that, and a cotton bud. So look, I've got some tweezers here that I've washed and sterilized. I've got a cotton bud, and what I'm going to do is just put this on gently. So let's warm up with the winder, shall we? And of course, because this is the Japanese version, it's got Japanese writing on the stickers. Did not know that. Wow, this one's proving so stubborn. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. This one is... These eye stickers, man, they should be illegal. They should be absolutely illegal. Some of the reprints of Beyblades, they just do the eye stickers for you, or they paint it instead. That's the way it should be. Not this rubbish. It's taking me far too long to do this one. You have no idea. Tweezers aren't even helping on this occasion. Bloody operation. Here we go, finally. Now for the best part, the bit boost. And yeah, here we go. So we've got Dranzer G over here, which you can use for the spare bit chip, and then Dranzer GT. I always get an issue where I'm never quite sure which way around to put it. I always look at the box, or I look at how Kai holds it in the anime. So for example, on the English box, you can see that Dranzer GT, the bit chip, it's sort of vertical, so it's quite hard to tell from the artwork because it's a bit of a messy artwork, but I've sort of matched that here, so it's vertical, you can see. That's the way I've done it. However, in the Takara Tomy box, and by the way, this just goes to show there's no right way to do it, but in the Takara Tomy box, I think, actually no, it's also quite vertical, almost. If Dranzer's head is there, it's definitely not horizontal. It's quite vertical, isn't it? Is it the same in the English box? The English box is more vertical. I think I'm gonna stick with vertical. Oh, so they've done it so the writing is like... Okay, so they've actually done it horizontal on the Japanese box because the text is at the bottom there and the bit chip is horizontal. So you know what? Let's copy that. I'm going to copy that, so I think that means I've got one of each sort of style. Anyway, there's no one right way to do this, but anyway, here we go. This is the best part. Let's not botch this bit. Let's not botch this bit. Now that, I think, is quite central. That's beautiful. Okay, and there you have it. Dranzer GT, Takara Tomy. The full unboxing, the stickers. And you know what? One thing that's made me a little bit more relieved when it comes to stickers, because obviously when you're a kid, this is all you could get. When the stickers messed up, you really thought that sucked. At least I did anyway. I was even less concerned about the plastic chipping off, it was more the stickers. But these days there are so many people who repro the stickers. I don't really like repro Beyblades, but I don't mind repro stickers. So worst comes to worst, we could always just get new stickers. So that's the least of my concerns. One thing I am happy about, however, is the fact that we do have an engine gear that works. I'm trying to spin these sort of Beyblades as less as possible, but I do want to see the engine gear. So look, here's my Hasbro version. Only difference so far that I can see, and you know, maybe you can educate me otherwise, is the bit chip has Japanese text on the Takara Tomy version, but it doesn't on the Hasbro version, as you can see. So you can see the text there on the Takara Tomy version, if I can get the focus. Just about, anyway, yeah, that didn't really focus too well, but yeah, you can see that. Otherwise, they're pretty identical. The tips are as well, I believe. But yeah, this one, engine gear doesn't work, but this one, as we saw, it does. But yeah, what you have to do is, and then look at the engine gear as well. Engine gear is obviously in English on this one, and it is, sorry, English, yeah, on this one, and it's Japanese on this one. They both say right spin, but there's some extra Japanese text on this one. Okay, and inside there's obviously a few different imprints depending on the factory, but that's very minor in the grand scheme of things. Right, I've got a stadium here. It doesn't really fit in the frame. I didn't plan for this, but let's do it for the viewers. So you got to unclick this, and you've got to get your winder, and you have to essentially, at least for Dranzer GT, wind it anti-clockwise. And what you do is you hear these small clicks. You've got to do it until you hear a more prominent click. And this was the way people damaged their Beyblades, because they would overwind. So listen out for the more sort of prominent click. There you go. Not sure if you heard that, but I don't want to overdo it in case I break it. As you know, engine gear Beyblades are very fragile. So I haven't got an opponent obviously, so I'm going to have to do it on my own. So let's see if it works. 3, 2, 1, let it rip.
Dranzer Gigs Turbo reverse attack! No!
I don't believe this! Dranzer's gears are spinning backwards! That's physically impossible!
There you go. There you go. So you could hear it sounded like a rusty lawnmower. That's probably because these parts are so old that it doesn't spin smoothly. The metal inside, it's probably, you know, chafing or something like that. So you could see the way what it's supposed to do. You saw it went anti-clockwise. At least it was trying to. This isn't an official Beyblade stadium. In fact, this is a Pokemon stadium from one of those spinner sets. I just grabbed it quickly for the video. So maybe the stadium had something to do with it, but yeah, at least you saw the engine gear in action. You can see what it's trying to do. Like, it's trying to do something quite unique. Like I said, in the anime, when Kai does his Blazing Geeks reverse, it's an awesome attack. On paper, you know, the concept, it's meant to really confuse the opponents, but in reality, if you're going clockwise and then all of a sudden are forced to go anti-clockwise, it's never going to quite work for you, is it? So anyway, so that's Dranzer GT. Hope you enjoyed the unboxing. Yeah, we got there in the end. Really nice, freshly unboxed, just a few test spins. It's going straight in the display cabinet. And yeah, it's a Takara Tomy version, so just a few differences in terms of the stickers, but otherwise it's pretty much the same Beyblade as the Hasbro version. But as I said, this engine gear doesn't work, and thankfully this one does. So this will be the one I display. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did and you want to see more content like this, just do the honors, like, share, subscribe, all the cringe stuff that YouTubers say. I've got a few more videos planned, so I'm quite excited for those. Beyblade related, but as you can see, the channel's called Dranzer, and there's Ho-Oh there in the logo, which is the Pokemon Ho-Oh, I should say. So, you know, let's see what else I create. I haven't got any set plan for, you know, all kinds of content. It's whatever I want to make. But at the moment, the next 3 to 4 videos are Beyblade related. So, yeah, if you like what you see and you're a Dranzer fan as well, please consider, you know, subscribing so you don't miss any new videos. But thanks for watching, and until the next one.